Good morning, everybody, and welcome to today's episode of Market Check, brought to you by BB. There is no second best live stream to talk about markets on YouTube. It doesn't quite have the same ring to it, but we're getting used to it. Hope everybody is having a great day, or at the very least, a great week. We're seeing a little bit of pullback here on prices. To levels not seen since 1 to 2 weeks ago. I felt like some perspective was probably needed to start the show. But yeah, we are seeing a little bit of weakness here from Bitcoin and ETH, just pulling back a little bit. Maybe that's because we're beginning to see TradFi consolidating, not really expecting too much of a pullback in TradFi. But yeah, we are seeing some weakness across the board in risk assets. We're going to talk about that and then some here on today's show. But first, you guys know me as Snorlax, also as Tommy. I'm joined by Chef Jackus, Max, and of course, Louis. Welcome, guys. Before we can talk about where we think price is headed, not just, potentially over the next day or so, but also really over the next 1 to 2 weeks, I'm going to ask if you guys can hit that like button, smash the like button. Maybe you hit the like button because you're up a lot of money in the last few weeks, but maybe you're hitting the like button today because you're just angry at the market. Either way, guys, we always appreciate when you can do that. And of course, you help us continue to create this content for you throughout the week. But yeah, let's talk about the market. Let's talk about this pullback that we're seeing. Bitcoin, I think, traded all the way down into the low 117K territory. We've had pretty nice buyback, and we've pretty consistently defended those lows at like 116, 117. If you were to lose those levels, maybe you're talking about a bit deeper of a puke, specifically on altcoins. But right now, I mean, Bitcoin to me is still holding those, is holding that support, and likely to make a push higher at some point here over the next 1 to 2 weeks. I would say the same is true for ETH. You could get some more lower time frame weakness potentially, so I wouldn't rule that out. But I do think in general, these will probably be viewed as pretty favorable prices here in about a week or two for bulls. And then we'll go from there into kind of the end of the month. At least that's kind of how I'm seeing things right now. Solana, since we were last live, gave a huge move up towards $205. It's not bearish to see Sol and ETH both kind of repricing back towards their highs. Obviously, we talk about the wealth effect that can implicate or lead to, rather, all the time. So the fact that, again, that ETH and Sol are moving up closer towards range highs, we should begin to see meme coins, or at least the large cap memes, slowly begin to reprice as well. It's probably going to be one of those things where it's slowly and then very suddenly with a lot of these things. At least that's how I'm viewing it at the moment. But yeah, I mean, it's definitely a little bit of weakness today and some red. On my watch list, the only two things that are green currently are Bitcoin dominance and pump token. If that gives you an indication of what kind of market we're dealing with today, then I think that should say a lot. But yeah, let's talk about it, guys. It's not a surprise that we're seeing some open interest flushed out of the market. Obviously, a lot of people have really been harping on that over the last week, how altcoin open interest is very elevated. That you can obviously deduce multiple conclusions from that, but it wasn't a surprise that we're seeing a bit of a pullback on altcoins today. And I think we talked about on Monday how usually when you get kind of that first leverage rinse on Bitcoin and ETH within that uptrend, you begin to see alts outperform. So is that what we're about to see? Are we finally about to see memes catch a larger, stronger bid? Some of this beta to Bitcoin and ETH move a little bit more aggressively, or are we looking at potentially a deeper pullback here over the next few days? What do you guys think?
It's over. Hope you guys had fun. If you didn't take profits in a 2-week bull run, that's your fault.
I mean, I think you're kind of right, Louis. Like, this might actually be worse than the Great Depression. You know what I mean? Do you remember the bear market of June 22nd of this year? Does anybody remember it? The bear market of June 22nd.
I do, yeah.
Yeah, this is going to be even worse than the bear market of June 22nd, guys. This is the bear market of July 23rd. All right. And maybe even as soon as tomorrow we'll be higher, and that'll be great. But the question is, how many of you will have actually survived the bear market of July 23rd? We'll see who makes it. We'll see who makes it out the other side.
Well, that's the stream.
Guess so.
See you guys later.
All right, guys. What do you want to look at? Except my awesome memes, of course.
Well, I feel like we should probably look at majors first, then we can talk about, maybe some of the assets that are showing strength through this. I do like that some of the altcoins, I know they're pulling back a lot. 5 to 10% feels like a lot, especially if you're on leverage. And one of the things that, I was talking to the Discord about on I think it was yesterday afternoon, I was like, this is not the area where I would be taking levered longs necessarily. It's just, you're adding more, or rather altcoin open interest. I think the metric is kind of over indexed to an extent because of varying factors that I've talked about on my X account. But, it's not a surprise that we saw a little bit of a leverage rinse here on alts. So to me, it didn't make sense yesterday to be getting like aggressively levered long. But I do think with that said, this is probably a good spot to be looking to buy the dip, or rather to be looking for altcoins to begin establishing some more strength, some lower time frame support structures here over the next few days. And also for Bitcoin and ETH to, I personally think, begin grinding back up to new highs within this uptrend. I imagine ETH would outperform in that scenario. But yeah, I think as long as Bitcoin realistically is holding above 116, 117K, you're not looking at a deeper leverage flush. Obviously, if you lose that level, we're having a different discussion, but we haven't done that yet. So it's hard for me to be overly bearish on these assets that have really been consistently moving higher over the last few weeks.
Assets. Some of these are.
I mean, look at Fartcoin. I think, for example, that barely gave you a dip this morning.
Risk on indicator.
I think Litecoin will probably end up holding this support level. Just two examples. Pump is pumping. I think that to me is indicative of that the market might give you a little bit of a turnaround here. I don't think Pump is about to give you like a huge move necessarily, but on a lower time frame, I think Pump can 20-30% from here. We can talk about that token kind of on an individual basis later on the stream.
Flip this level and it's lights out.
Say that again.
Yeah.
Flip this level and it's lights out.
Yes.
Somebody pointed it out on my feed that Fartcoin looks kind of exactly like that Bitcoin consolidation we were in between 110 and 99K a few weeks ago. Just hasn't broken out yet.
Wait, which one?
So if you compare it to the Bitcoin consolidation that we were in throughout May, when we were kind of ranging between basically 100 to 110K,
wow,
there are a lot of similarities between these two structures.
I see it.
So you're kind of saying we are somewhere around here before the breakout.
Potentially. I'm not trading Fartcoin, but I'd be lying if I said I wasn't using it as a risk on, risk off metric for the market.
Yeah. Fartcoin leading is good.
It does look good, man. Honestly, I wonder if it needs Sol to go back into price discovery, though. Maybe.
I do think so. I do
Yeah.
think so.
I mean, it hasn't been in price discovery this whole time. But it would help.
It seems like, once again, BTC is leading here. And it's kind of just reaccumulating for the next push. And it's likely going to drag lots up with it. I think I think that's the inevitable outcome, pretty much. But the question is when these go parabolic, really. And I think that really happens when Sol goes into price discovery.
Who's Bandar?
ETH, that's when ETH breaks 4K, and I think for Sol, that's when it hits new all-time highs.
What do you think about Sol here, Jackus?
Well, I think it looks obviously good, but it still has a long way to go to all-time highs. So, like, or generally this region is going to be tough one to break. So, to me, it looks bullish, but more work to be done here.
I think so. Yeah, I think so. I'm still interested in kind of seeing how all of these meme coins fit into the Sol and ETH equation, because we've seen ETH reprice to 3,800, might make a move towards 4K here into the end of the month. Sol traded above $200 yesterday, and we look at a lot of the meme coin structures. I mean, Pengu has done really well. Doge obviously pumped, but it's, Pepe, for example, we're just kind of waiting for that to break out. Is that going to trade more in line with the Sol USD chart, or is that going to trade, as beta to ETH, which has been showing discernibly more strength than Solana has over the last few weeks? I know Sol ETH has given us a bit of a reversion higher over the last 48 hours, but I still think that pair is in a downtrend.
Pengu has been ripping.
Just wait till that strike price gets hit.
What?
I think few understand what I'm saying. That's okay.
Idea. I have no idea.
Tommy, do you understand?
The strike price of Pengu? Oh, Doge.
No.
Shit.
That's all right. We'll leave that alone for now.
So I want to get y'all's thoughts on this, something that I've kind of been thinking about. It's not really my bias necessarily, but one of the things that I was noticing about the Sol chart this week is how similar it kind of looks to Cardano last cycle. The difficulty is I don't really think that it's cyclically in the same spot that the Cardano chart was. But if you look at Cardano in the second half of 2021, it gave you that huge sell-off. And then ended up going back to new all-time highs rather quickly. Obviously, it topped fairly soon after that occurred. But, are we about to see Sol reprice to all-time highs, or are we going to see it range here? Maybe within, I don't really know how big that range would be. But what do we think about that? Two scenarios for Solana to me, and really the market.
So wait, what are those?
I mean, obviously prolonged sideways, reprice a little bit higher, for example, on things like ETH, Bitcoin, Sol, sideways price action, and then maybe real bull in Q4, or rather 2026. Or, the flip side is that Sol reprices to the highs, shows that strength, and we get potentially a closer dated euphoria. I know that seems to be really like the number one debate everybody wants. I tweeted about this yesterday. I don't really think we're headed towards blow off top necessarily, but when I look at similarities in the structures between Cardano and Sol, like I see them specifically. Again, Cardano, the second half of 2021.
What this cycle seems to be more and more like is like higher for longer. but you'll not get excited about it in a straight line.
Yeah,
that's the camp I'm in.
it's no matter how high we go and how much alts do well, it's like days like today, it's like seems like everyone's just depressed. It's so funny, man. It's crazy. All the way up.
What does the meme coin index look like? Or like the meme chart?
Do you want the market cap?
Market cap.
Yeah.
Because Louis, you said everybody is kind of upset. This is probably why memes are barely above on a relative basis the highs that they were at about 4 to 6 weeks ago. When ETH was pumping, I think into like 2,700, I believe the level was. So to me, that's probably why we're seeing that sort of sentiment. But I also think it's likely telling you that's going to be a rotation to focus on here over the next few weeks.
Well, fair to say that the meme coin stablecoin chart is going to be to a big degree, Doge and SHIB combination, because they are the highest market cap. So even ETH is just 5 bill of this, or 5-6, So yeah, that has lots of significance on this chart. So, but yeah, they are at levels, the index is at levels not seen since January. So
if you just remove the Trump pump from a lot of charts,
yeah,
that they would look so much better. You know what I mean? Like if we didn't have that.
I'll do it. I know exactly what you want.
Yeah. Like we got so overheated when Trump won, and then everybody that's what's destroying everybody emotionally, is that for like 30 days they were all so rich and then just got rug pulled. But if that hadn't happened, these charts would look a lot different, people would be feeling a lot differently. So I think potentially important to realize that.
Yeah. Yep.
And then they launched Trump coin and Melania coin, and it's just good stuff. Good stuff.
Schemalia. Schemalia coin. Well, if you really look at the chart this way, we haven't really had our repricing of the cycle. We are sort of like, doing some sort of ish of this right now. Imagine meme coins at 1 trillion.
I have been kind of imagining that possibility over the last week or so. It's kind of surreal to think about.
1 trillion of meme coin industry.
The boomer mind literally cannot comprehend.
Mm-hmm.
I will say, if you have meme coins go to 1 trillion in market cap, it's almost certainly time to do some serious de-risking, I would imagine. And we're not there yet, obviously, but I don't know what you guys think about that, but just it's kind of obviously a very significant number to hit for that asset class.
For memes to go to 1 trillion?
Yeah.
Dude, I'll be selling everything if it goes up there, Tom.
The difficulty memes have had thus far with raising their total market cap is they just get diluted so quickly. So it really would have to be led by buy my dog coin. It would have to be led by, like you said, Jack, is SHIB and Doge to an extent, or these large cap meme coins have to get some more run before we see people move down the risk curve. But I tend to agree that we're going to see this market cap or this index trade just unfathomably higher than we expected. Maybe Murad was right.
He was right. That's the thing. I put out a tweet a long time ago because during that Q1 drop, people were just ripping on the guy. I don't know him, but I was like, you guys are clowns. Like, this is a guy that had every opportunity to dump 8 figures on your head and didn't take it. And he's going to end up being right. It's just he's going to have to go through the abuse first. He's going to be right. How it all ends, I don't know exactly, but he is going to be right. And I do have respect for his conviction, because how many people out there, here's the thing, all the people that were trolling him and dunking on him when he was at his low,
Remind us what
how
he
many
said,
of
though.
them would have been able to stand by those positions and not cheat them? None of them, bro. None of them.
Remind us what he said, though.
Who?
You said he said something that really resonates with you, and I do not know what it is.
I don't think did. I just say that right now? I don't think I said
No. Like before, you said that Murat said something or something, and I have no idea what his stance is. Or you said something like he's going to be right, but I do not know what.
Oh, I think he's going to be right in the sense that we're going to have a meme super cycle, and that all memes, good memes, will eventually pump and do multiples. Then yeah, that's basically it. Is that he's going to end up being right, and he's going to make 9 figures plus. But it's going to be tough. Always is.
I still don't love his meme of choice, but I do think he'll be right.
I think it's a narrative that's gonna. I think it's gonna work. He's done a hell of a job being a cult leader. I'll give him that. I mean, he's running a master class on running a cult right now. I mean, he is. He's got people literally convinced that his meme coin is gonna flip the stock market. I mean, it's like. He's got genuinely a lot of people that are yapping about that, and I'm like, guys, I hate to break it to you. I mean, it could go to much higher than it is. It's not gonna. Do you know what the market cap of the S&P 500 is? I mean, it's trillions, hundreds of trillions. I mean,
but you're using logic, and they are not.
Yeah, that's why it'll work.
See, that's the thing, is like he knows that, but he's just he's saying that he's running a master class or running a cult, getting people to believe things that are just completely ridiculous. Because here's the thing, the narrative is, hey, it's going to flip the stock market. Okay, he's obviously smart. He knows that's not happening. But if it goes to 50 billion, who cares? Like
yeah.
Who cares? He gets to claim victory no matter what.
I'm old enough to remember when people were super bullish on Colts, not even like 2 or 3 quarters ago. Now it's a bearish thing.
I mean, I think it only ends one way, but I think it can work short term.
I don't think it's going to differ much from the past cycles, though. Like if you look at this, you always get some type of run up, cool down, and then there's the phase, and that can it can still last another year or so, depending. So like Doge here didn't really have the final push higher because it had a really big one in a straight line here due to Elon. But it, most alts still had, if you're gonna look at it, like Sol in this instance, it kept running this entire time. So like the alt window was still there for big time. And I think we are not in much different situation right now. And I think it's, I don't think it's going to be like a meme super cycle like memes are going to run, but I don't think it's going to differ much from the prior ones. It's going to be a huge repricing to the upside, and memes will capture the value of it too. Or like I suppose that comes to the definition of what that meme super cycle is.
Yeah, I mean, obviously cycles have a very flexible definition. throughout the last few years, because you have Bitcoin especially just kind of grinding up consistently, while altcoins undergo bull and bear markets on a regular basis.
This has been definitely the longest accumulation in history.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's for alts altogether. For sure.
Well, I mean, Bitcoin dominance giving us its first bounce, and basically it's been going down only for literally like 3 weeks, just about, or really more, I guess, 2 weeks. But you know, if that's, I don't really think the Bitcoin dominance bounce is going to last that much longer than what we've seen. And it shouldn't be a surprise that we got a reaction kind of from that March 2025 low, just looking at the market structure. But yeah, I think Bitcoin dominance is getting ready to head even lower over the next few weeks. So I can only assume that's going to be bullish for altcoins continued into the end of the summer. But I do love trading altcoins, man. I do love trading altcoins. They're giving some amazing volatility back and forth.
I do agree with Manish here. I do think the whole crypto, you know, or the entire space will reach double-digit market capitalization of 10 trillion.
Yeah.
5 of it is likely going to be Bitcoin. Probably like 3 trillion is going to be, you know, ETH or something, you know, along those lines. Could be 2, doesn't matter exactly. We'll see how everything unfolds, you know, generally speaking. And if one of that is meme coins, like I think that's realistic.
Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah, I think like total market cap 10 to 12 trillion. That's kind of like my ballpark target.
And if you,
yeah, go ahead.
Sorry, Louis, go on.
No, you're good. Go for it.
No, you go. I'm just
No, you go.
No,
Tell
me goes.
You go.
But yeah, like just how popular memes have become, and you know, part of the culture and ecosystem in crypto, like 10% of the total crypto market cap. You know, I know that number sounds high, but in the grand scheme of things, with context of where we think the asset class is going, I think that's fair. You know, I think that's, will it stay there? No, it's going to be a bubble. But reaching that valuation, I don't think is so crazy when you actually look at where we think things are going.
Bold. But,
it's a bubble.
If we look at the prior bubbles, then you know, actually 1 trillion isn't even that much, honestly, because that's like, if you're gonna look at this run, you know, or look at these runs, it's really, you know, like not that much. It's half of the size of the previous ones, and I think that's realistic. But it's hard, like, not think too small, and at the same time not think that SPX can reach the size of SPX, right? So somewhere in the middle, I think, is that sweet spot. It's not really a precise number, but it's still something to work around. You know, I like the idea of just hiding this deviation max.
That deviation really gives charts like a completely different look, or really throws me off to an extent. But I do think, you know, you can kind of just attribute that to the fact that we have the big election euphoria, right? It wasn't really like a cycle, but it was obviously a huge pump that was induced by a very real bullish catalyst for markets.
Indeed. And then got drugged. And now everyone's confused. Everyone's confused. Is it the bear market? Four-year cycle doesn't fit. Bulls are, also like fighting this. So, and then all you have to do is just erase the December pump, and it all makes sense.
I think for me, trying to figure out where total is going to top is difficult because I have no idea what Bitcoin's going to do this cycle, right? We can guess or guesstimate where it's going to top, obviously, but I mean, the more that narrative kind of becomes entrenched, the more difficult it's going to be for Bitcoin to do multiples and for total to stay below 10 trillion. I kind of feel like the top will be over 10 trillion in total, but I have no idea. I really don't. I don't know how it's going to look, so I won't even try to make a prediction for where I think it will.
I would like one of these numbers for it to top.
490, 420.
Like 401k. Imagine that you can buy 401k or 401k. It's a, like you guys in US have the 401k retirement plan, no?
Yeah.
Never heard of it.
Imagine if BTC tops at 401k. Like that would be poetic. Or 420, right? That's the meme. Or 69. Or like 690 in this sense. So
My 401k is Pepe, Jackus.
Well,
James Wynn is bull posting Pepe. What do you think about that?
I think that's what's holding us back.
You want to know what the crazy thing about that is? Is that that's where he made most of his money years ago. He was a major Pepe whale. He bought in super early. I know Tommy's tinfoil hat's going crazy right now as I'm saying this, but he got in super early. Made probably like 15 million bucks, and that kind of started his whole thing. So I don't know. I don't know if it matters, but
I mean, it could be like, right, you got like stuff like Pangu and all this stuff. Like, people just chase what's hot, So it could be that could be holding us back as well, like stuff like that popping off and getting frustrated with Pepe and just selling it and chasing that shit. I mean, ultimately, it's going to end up badly for those people, right? But could just be short term is what's kind of holding us back here.
I mean, honestly, a lot.
I do think that I think Max Mike's sensitivity is a little bit low because sometimes I see him like finishing up a sentence, but it doesn't register the sound. So maybe just technical.
I was going to say, I feel like a lot of these meme coin charts to me look very similar to meme charts in like February, March of 2024, where they had this slow grind up towards resistance, and they made you think, okay, we're probably about to break out now. And what ended up happening on a lower time frame was that the consolidations ended up lasting another 1 to 2 weeks. The altcoins, or rather meme coins, pulled back. They didn't break their uptrends. So I will say, I think that's something that should be respected on things like Pepe, Popcat, Bonk, a lot of these other meme coins. You shouldn't be breaking, basically, in my opinion, like the mid-July lows on a lot of these things. But they gave you pullbacks within those vertical accumulations that we saw before they broke out. And then they kind of all went at once. They all ripped multiples. The rest is history. And I mean, if you were around back then you know what I'm talking about. But we look at these meme coin structures. I don't think what we're seeing right now is like that abnormal.
Do you want me to look at something, guys?
Yeah,
I want some
let's talk
financial advice,
about pump.
please.
What?
Yeah, Max, we
Can
can't
you hear
hear
me?
you. No, you're cutting in and out.
Can now.
Yeah, can't hear you right now.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Yes.
Yes.
Are you sure?
I don't. You're delayed. I would drop and come back.
Did we just get tariff news?
Try to unplug and plug back in.
Hard reboot. Tariff news, you said?
Oh, the US and EU close in on 15% tariff deal.
Bitcoin's liking it.
You'll have to see
Nice.
that.
Bitcoin's liking it.
Okay, I unplugged it and plugged it back in.
Seems to
Are
work.
we good?
The ultimate fix.
You're still
Did
a
it
little
work?
blurry, but you're
I'm
better.
blurry? Dude.
Yeah,
I think
yeah,
you
you're
hijacked
right.
my Wi-Fi.
You got that Tommy Wi-Fi right now.
Literally.
All right. How about this? Is that better? Can you hear me better?
Your voice does not match your picture.
Yeah. This is the face of a man who's just fully depressed. Oh my god.
Wait, Max, did you hear the news?
What?
The US and the European Union just made a tariff deal.
Wow. Exciting.
It's so funny how lucky
That's
that
what we get
is.
in the markets for, is news like that.
Hey, this is riveting. This changes my whole day. I can't wait to just read into all the details of this agreement. It's gonna be fun. Better clear my schedule.
I'd love to talk about. Well, I wouldn't love to, but I think we should probably talk about Pump Token, because we really haven't been talking about it over the last week or so. I wanted to give the chart some time to be able to form a range before making any opinions, because everybody's been talking about it. It still hasn't gone up. That's typically pretty bearish for an asset. But today Pump is strong. It's up 2.5%. I think leading this lower time frame bounce that we're seeing from the market. You've got the founder of Pump Fund going on a Thread Guys stream later today. Will he announce an airdrop? Will he not? I just think you kind of have the right tailwinds for some sort of move higher on it. I don't think that it's like a swing long, but I do think 20% pop potentially coming on this asset that everybody's been talking about for nonstop. I almost had to mute the word pump from my X account.
You can't do
And
that.
I couldn't do it because I didn't want to mute
The entire
just
city.
full posts.
You would literally mute your entire feed.
Exactly. I don't want just having a bunch of bears on my feed.
Where do you guys have the bet with Max? You, Tommy and Max on East BTC?
0.06.
That's like right in the middle. Well, I do think East closes up the gap on BTC here from March 24.
Before September?
That's the question.
Yes, it is.
Beginning of September or end of September?
End of September.
That's so close, man.
I know it's going to be really close. When we made the bet, I said that's a really long time in crypto.
It truly is. No, that could be very entertaining, actually. Well, I could see ETH coming back. I do think when it breaks this magical 4K level, it's just going to go. BTC is probably going to continue as well, and there is that room, for that closure. So it's going to be tough.
I feel like Bitcoin's going to continue up into the end of the month.
Yeah.
It's definitely closing up the gap from December, right? It's not that far away now from BTC. All it would have to do is to pump to like 6.5k, which might seem like a lot, but actually isn't, given this move. Yeah.
Jackets, are you thinking that ETH is going to stay pinned below 4K for a while, or do you think that we're going to see price discovery potentially this quarter?
This quarter, hard for me to see. I do think that I do think that we will probably spend some time here now. August, September. I think we could see the breakout in September.
Oh, it is going to be close then.
It's gonna be close.
Tommy, I've got you, man. You had me in the first half, I'm not gonna lie, but I've got you. But here's the thing. If I got you, you're gonna make a lot of money. And we're gonna have a great meal together. It's gonna be fun.
It's the best bet.
Yeah. And how about this? If ETH flips Bitcoin, Jack is fully doxes himself on YouTube.
What? I didn't sign the deal.
He signed up. He said yes. It's fine.
I was looking at Aave yesterday, I think it was. And one of the things I noticed, Jackus, I don't know if you feel the same way. And obviously, it's never going to be the same way every cycle. But the structure it's putting in right now looks very much like just a bigger version of what it did in the second half of 2020.
You're going to make me look?
I am. I'm going to make you pull up that Binance USD chart. To me, it looks very, very similar.
So something like this?
Second half of 2020. Not that low.
Crazy. That's crazy how much that got rugged and then came back. Wow.
You mean this part?
Yeah, that V structure and then kind of that consolidation before the high.
Oh yeah,
or
I see
before
it.
New highs.
Well, yes and no. I don't think we are yet at like this phase, but I do see where you're coming from, where this type of sell-off is like this type of sell-off, and then this run is what we should get. If so, then I think this move will be bigger than this one.
Whew.
If we truly are here and we only have this time left, then I think this move needs to be bigger, because this one was coming after an all-time high retest and from much higher up. And I think lots of these charts are barely starting, and I think there's lots of time left. So if it would have to be just absolutely nuts, I think we are going to get some type of a pump of this way. Again, one of these semi-bleeds, and then you go again. But yeah, man.
Oof, look at that thing. What if we just reject here and go right back down to the lows? No bull market.
You're fun at parties, I see.
I'm the guy in the they don't know we're entering the next bear market.
You
They
know
don't
what I
know. It's never
you know
been
what I
more.
love about capo charts? He always picks a random chart and then he's like he like does this little move and then it's like
Who is that?
that's capo.
Capo.
Oh, that you reminded me of the great Martise, if you know who that is.
Dude,
He's
that
like the same
guy.
way.
Yes. Yes, I know exactly. He calls for like literally the biggest doom every single week. There's like a new doom post. The dude gets so much engagement too. I don't
He might be
Can't
the
really
greatest
blame him,
boomer of
right?
all time.
Do you know how tough it is to make a living being like a perma bear? Like look at assets over the past 40 years, what they've done.
Yeah.
It's just why would you want to make it so tough on yourself?
This is life of a bear.
It's all they do.
One more sweep of the highs.
See, I told you. Like all the bears today, man. That's why, dude, I can't even be on X much anymore. Because like you log on this morning and it's like after just ripping face for like 2 weeks straight, we get like a little correction. Oh man, like you logged the top again. Oh, see you better be careful. It's just like, dude, what you were coping the whole rally up and now you're just like getting a hard on for like a micro dip midweek. You know, it's just it's foul, bro. It's pathetic, honestly.
It's good. That's good for us, Max.
Yeah, you're right, Louis.
It's good for us.
Max, please launch BB Social. What is that? BB Social.
Well, we do have a handle available.
Yes, we do. Could launch BB dating app and try to help all you guys get girlfriends. That could be cool.
They'll be AI though.
Well, yeah, there won't be real, of course, but it doesn't matter. Ooh, are we in Elliott Wave 5 right now? What? Look at that. Oh no. Oh no.
The fifth wave.
Sometimes they go back in time. You wouldn't get it.
Yeah, you wouldn't get it. It's a very advanced secret concept. So
Yeah.
Wow, so
Rewrite
smart.
time history to own the bulls.
So which chart should I look at, Tommy, from pump.fun?
I've been looking at the Binance chart.
It's Perma.
I don't think this chart has bottomed, but I think it has bottomed lower time frame. It should give a scam pump to like 4 or 5, maybe even 5-0 or 5-0. Decent move from here. Everybody wants an airdrop. I don't know if they're going to get one or not. I don't really have a strong opinion, but I never participated on Pump Fun. I'm not getting one. I know that's for sure.
Tommy, you made so many Pump Fun coins. You're a dev, bro. You're on your dev arc.
I feel like if they announce a Pump Fun token, it's going to pump the price. And then after that liquidity sweep is done, you're going to downtrend again because the market will likely bake in that sell pressure. And then I wonder at that point, like if there is an airdrop, and if the airdrop is potentially a few weeks or a few months from now, do you buy the airdrop rather than sell it? Because the token will probably price in the sell pressure ahead of time.
It'll be at 0 by the time you get the airdrop. Like
I feel like this chart might actually pump later. It's obviously, I think it needs to kind of go through a little curl first. Like it might squeeze here locally. That's nice. But I feel like it needs to do that. There's kind of the new launch roadmap that always seems to kind of play out time and time again, where like something gets hyped up, They launch it, pumps for a second, gets obliterated, goes through like 60 to 90 days of like accumulation. We lost Tommy, and then it finally kind of curls up. But I'm not interested personally.
No. Fuck these guys.
Where'd Tommy go? We lost him.
The last famous quotes. I was just going to tell him how I think we get one of these and then it's yeah. He probably didn't want to hear that. He knew what I was going to say and he was like, nah, not for me.
I mean, we talked about if this coin, if they made a movie about this coin, the title of it would be The Final Extraction, you know?
Yeah.
And that's what this is. It's the final extraction. Like,
I know the coin should be renamed though.
Dump. It would have been, I actually think it would have done better if they were like, we're not naming it Pump, we're naming it Dump. I actually feel like people would have bid that really hard then.
Like they can't really do anything else in this space like ever again, right? Like
they'll try. I mean,
like I guess short term they made it. I mean, they probably made a crap ton of money, so like it is what it is, right? But
dude, they're like billionaires now. They've made so much money.
I guess it doesn't matter. Yeah, I guess it doesn't matter.
The chart reminds me of Barachain when it launched. They're very similar. So I feel like you should have an exit pump coming and then more bleed.
See, that's kind of like the new, that's like the new project roadmap right there. Right? That's it. They all do the same thing, you know.
The roadmap.
That's the roadmap.
The roadmap is right there.
Yeah, and time again, everybody's just trying to like nibble at breadcrumbs when like the devs are just greedy and just backdoor rug you the whole time. Thanks for playing. Just terrible.
You fell for it again.
Dude, people just, they don't learn. They love to be extracted, you know? They love to just get their money stolen in crypto. They're like, this time is different. Devs hard at work. No, they're not doing shit, bro. No, they're not doing anything. There's like 2 devs actually doing anything in the entire space.
Did devs do something?
No, devs are lining their own pockets, bro. Devs don't give a shit about you.
So this is the tariff news pump, and this is
it's very exciting. Yeah, it's good stuff. Getting a great reaction so far. Remember when Bitcoin volatility was like floored out, and then we got a sick pump? What's it doing right now, Jackus? Are we floored out again after this week?
Probably. You wouldn't believe it, but it lasted exactly 1, 2, 3, like 6 days.
So now we pump this. This is the Bitcoin roadmap of this cycle. Is you get 3 days of a pump and then 3 months of ranging. Is that what's going on again?
Yes. As I said, higher for longer. We will go up, but you will not get excited.
This is great news. Yeah, this is great news.
Bear strong.
Dude,
bulls depressed.
Dude, we're gonna need to get floored out again? Is that what I'm seeing?
Well, what could happen, right? Based on this chart. So you get like the first impulse, right? Then they sell off again, and then the real moves come. So maybe, just maybe, this is the sell-off, and then so 3 more weeks, And I had the meme right back in my right.
I just should have bought. I should have bought Nvidia, bro. I just should have bought Nvidia. You know, it's what all the boomers were doing. What was I thinking? You know, dude, that feels like me with Pepe. Like just one more week, and then Pepe's gonna finally pump. All right, next week. Next week is our week.
And then you're talking to the ball who's there. One more week, Wilson.
Max just talks to that painting behind him.
Dude, that's me. I just when I turn the camera off, I just go and I just stroke the picture behind me, you know.
One more week.
I just need to lock in.
This guy right here, I just go and stroke the Egyptian Pepe behind me. See him? Please, Pepe, please winter mute. Just let it pump, please.
Was there a crypto hedge fund that blew up recently? I saw something about that. I feel like Tommy would know about that.
There was a guy who got obliterated. I guess his fund got just down 85%. So yeah, I think soul shitters.
Soul shitters.
Quite the hill to die on.
Jeez. That's crazy.
Long soul short ETH. Is that real? Is that what he did?
Oh yes, that's the guy. Yeah, I remember listening to this clown.
Heard they lost 200 million. Jesus, is that true?
Yeah, I remember. I remember listening to this guy on a podcast, and he was like, "Yeah, we're specifically long soul, heavily short ETH."
How did that not work out for him though? Didn't that?
It did for a long time, I guess, and then he just got blown out.
Oh, so this was recently, this was the past few weeks when ETH pumped.
You didn't want to take profits on Soul shorts when Soul was at $1,300. Like, what the fuck?
Oh, okay. I mean, that seemed like it would work for a while, but obviously he did not tune into Market Check and see Tommy's analysis on Soul ETH.
Clearly not. Take a look at Soul ETH.
Greedy bears.
I think Soul ETH still has more to go, but we're getting closer. Getting closer to a bottom.
Just one more sweep of the lows, Tommy. Just one more.
I sort of feel like we just got this type of move, right? We also came from low volatility. This was always the bigger move. And it's kind of going to do something like this, and then you really start to go.
Jeez.
That still looks like it's got some room to go.
Yeah, it looks terrible.
That looks like, a little... It kind of looks like the Bitcoin dominance chart to me in a way, where it's like putting in a little bit of a bounce, but more of a market structure break and then bounce into a local shoulder and then down, Who named the stream today? This pump feels different, bro. Is that the name of the stream today? I just noticed bro is in the title.
This pump.
We meant pump token.
What pump?
What do you think about Litecoin after this, Jackus? I'm gonna
I-
make
I-
you a Litecoin respecter.
I feel like you're bullying me at this point. It's like,
You're gonna have
Maybe
to
I am.
talk a little bit
what do you think of Litecoin? He's there. I'm like, fuck. Not this piece of shit again. Nobody cares about it. All right. I'll do it for you. Happy?
I think this level is going to hold for Litecoin.
I think if we hide this little piece as well, then maybe, just maybe, it becomes more interesting too. So like the key thing is to just delete everything that happened in December and January, and that's how you get clean charts, guys.
Yeah, I think it gives me the XRP vibes. I know you don't. I don't think it's going to do what XRP did, but I think it can give you some sort of rally from here.
Tell me.
Don't let the flame die out, Jackus.
Let me. Oh no, it's too big. I was gonna show a GIF here. Right, I'll do it. You guys can cook on something in the meantime.
It's funny. Before we went live, Jackus was like, "I think we're going to make another low on stream." It's like, don't say that, Jackus.
How dare you? How dare you? You guys there?
That's a loaded question. Like, am I here physically, or like, am I okay? You know,
I suppose all kinds of definitions all at once.
I'm not okay. No, I'm not okay.
Okay.
You need to pump.
I feel like Doge is close to a bottom. Should just be doing what Bonk did.
I mean, Doge broke out of its range, you know. It really should be holding around these levels. If Doge should be holding around these levels, and like Doge BTC looks good too. Kind of looks like it's just doing a little retest. So, I mean, unless Bitcoin like really slides, should be good.
I feel like Bitcoin could slide maybe in a few weeks or a few months, but I don't think it's coming yet. Yeah,
I think Bitcoin needs to go to like 130 first. Yeah, that's a good point. That is a really good point.
Okay, I finally made it, Tommy. The GIF, it's loading up.
Oh no.
So it's going to be saved up there. Top right corner. I had to lower the size.
Respect Litecoin, Jackus.
It's gonna be like this all day long, man.
All I'm gonna say is you better be careful when Litecoin gets to $400 again. That is The top.
That's real.
That is the top.
And it really feels like you really gotta delete the
Trump pump.
The Trump pump.
Speaking of Trump, what is this coin doing?
Oh no.
Oh boy, here we go again.
I don't know why you would ever own Trump coin again, personally.
Yeah, even I gave up on that thing. That's when you know.
A massive Litecoin catch-up play. You know, Litecoin's gonna do 160%.
That's a good move. That's a pretty good move.
That's a great move if you have an anticipation it's going to do ahead of everything else. Not if it's going to be the last mover. And that really sucks. So if it were to happen like now, and I could put my money into it, then book profits and move it to something else, that's a great move. I would be happy with even 80%. The tough part I have with Litecoin is that I have like zero anticipation it's going to happen ahead. I think this was big difference between XRP and Litecoin. XRP had all these catalysts that are playing out, and it's the first mover. LTC doesn't have that, or at least I don't see it, and I haven't seen anyone to convince me otherwise. All I heard is like, but it looks like XRP before it pumped, like EOS.
Hey, you got the Litecoin treasury.
Ooh.
Does that not excite you?
Do I look excited? I'm as excited about it as Max is about Pepe price action.
Beach ball. Okay. Beach ball.
I agree. But you are not enjoying it while being underwater.
Well, I am not underwater.
No, the beach ball is underwater.
Oh yeah.
Like, you know what's coming. It's just you still have to hold it down there. You're waiting for that perfect moment when that kid comes finally to you and you can do it in front of him. But that kid is at the toilet and it's really tough shit right now. And it takes him a while before he comes back so we can pull the stick with the beach ball underwater and make a nice, happy face. You know, nice smile.
What a visual that was.
Yeah, thank you for that.
Please come back.
No, I think this can go to like $200 fairly soon. I don't really know that I would look for more than that, but I would be interested in rotating those profits into another bag. Not being a long-term Litecoin believer.
It got bait at least on the latest move. I'll give you that. Not more than Doge, which is telling, because if I'm like to choose from legacy stuff, I would still pick Doge, and it's once again, why would I pick Litecoin? It's just like, why?
Outperformance. Those two things have not
Where?
been said for a very long time, though.
But where? It doesn't hold on downsides, and it doesn't outperform on upsides, and it has no utility because there is Bitcoin.
Are there any other dinos that look good or biddable?
This is true. It's not that I'm not bullish on Litecoin. It's that I'm not bullish on Litecoin more than on something else. That's the tough part. As Max said, when this is trading at $300-400, run. Because I think it will. But the tough part is like, you're better off holding Monero, which I am, because I think this one is going to go. But I'm not going to be waiting here on Litecoin. Monero has utility, Litecoin does not. So let's look at that.
I also like Monero more than Litecoin, for the record.
Yeah, it's like, but Doge has been accumulating this whole cycle. Buy Doge, guys. Go for it.
Did you see that they're making like an index of the top 10 coins, and the DOT is somehow
I've seen that. I'm like, someone really had to dump all their DOT tokens onto the market just so that they could pay off someone in the government to do that, probably.
Is DOT still a top 10 token? Is that?
No, that cannot be. I think it's like 15 or something.
Yeah, it's 32nd. How did it end up in the? How did that happen? How did DOT and SUI end up in that group of assets? Let me get the exact names in there.
Polkadot. It sounds fun though. It sounds good, like Polkadot. But yeah, have fun.
All right, Cardano, XRP, Avalanche, Link, Bitcoin Cash, Uniswap, and Polkadot are the non-majors in the in that basket.
Mm-hmm.
Makes sense. Totally traded those very frequently in recent times.
Bitcoin Cash looks better than Litecoin.
Bitcoin Cash. Oh no.
Yeah.
I don't think I can trade Bitcoin Cash.
Like because of personal belief or because of exchange
I've
restrictions?
just never traded. It kind of reminds me of the Pendle chart a little bit.
What is this? What is this slow grind up on this recent leg? It's like
Yeah, I'm not sure what to make of that.
Bitcoin Cash.
Shit posting on red days is just so much better than green days. Green days are about good buys. Red days are about shit posting.
Red days are about memes.
Mastering shit coins. I don't even know where you find these, man. These have to be like 2017 cycle memes because they weren't around in 2021.
Let me add it to here.
Jackus, where are you looking for a local bottom on ETH to form? Around 3,500?
I think like 3,550.
I was about to say 300. It is kind of, I feel like trading on a lower time frame, kind of similarly to the way that it was trading a few weeks ago when we had put in our local top. I don't know if you would agree with that assessment, but just like the walk up, make it seem like it's about to break out to a new high, and then they sell it off to a new low. Maybe we're just kind of forming this new range that we're going to be trading in, but I see some similarities in price action, even though I don't think that they're necessarily the same.
Wait, what is? Sorry.
Yeah, just like the lower time frame price action definitely looks a lot like it did a few weeks ago, kind of when we put in that local top and then started consolidating.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, could be. Oh, we are selling off. Yeah. Yeah, that looks exactly sort of what was bound to happen. I know that Louis is drawing a wedge here on lower time frames. I know him.
Honestly, I'm not even bothering with low time frame stuff for ETH. You know, like it's going up. Just rip the band-aid off, pull it back a little bit, and rip it higher. I'm not looking for any sort of anything constructive until we're above 4K. Honestly.
Yeah. Tend to agree.
But Bitcoin lower time frame does have a nice little wedge. You know, and if we don't see a bounce here soon,
never below 3.2K again, guys.
Yeah.
I kind of agree. Unless barring something like completely unforeseen. Yeah, I feel like it makes sense that we go. I was kind of talking about this possibility on the Discord call yesterday, but it just kind of seems like, you know, maybe you go to 3,500, make a raid on 4K, and then we get maybe a deeper pullback and ranging from ETH, because look, that's kind of exactly what the COVID recovery, at least how it traded. And there have been quite a few similarities this cycle between that and now for ETH, or rather like Bitcoin's COVID recovery.
Mm-hmm. What do you guys think?
About?
No, I mean,
are you trying to name the Litecoin?
No, I meant on what you just said. Like,
yeah, I see a move past 4K, then you get the bigger, scarier pullback, or more or less like a time-based capitulation of some sort. Depending on how far we pull back here. Like if we get a nice pullback here, like, you know, like a sizable pullback for ETH, like much farther than here, like 3,300, then I think we don't need it. But, you know, if this pullback for ETH is short-lived and we do start to chad back to the upside, it's likely going to come after 4K. So kind of just waiting to see what happens with ETH here.
What do I think about Link fundamentals? Well, I've always said I think it's one of the best products in crypto as far as like the utility of it. I don't know if I think it needs a token, or at the very least, it's like difficult to see how it will accrue value over time. Well, I guess I can see why the token will go up, because it's going to be included in a lot of these like passive bid vehicles, ETFs. But I think you can probably own better assets than Link. Link ETH is a great sign for when DeFi is going to begin to really pop off, though. I will say that. I haven't looked at that pair in a while, but historically speaking, it always has been. But I think that's a good spot for us to begin wrapping up the show. We will see what we get here over the next few weeks, guys. We hope that you enjoyed the stream, and we'll be back for another episode of Market Check on Friday to wrap up your week at the same time, as always, 11:15 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Of course, we also have Ape Time tomorrow, which is our brand new show. This will be our 4th edition of it, so make sure to tune in for that as well. We're going to have a lot of fun, I imagine, scalping some of this lower time frame volatility, especially given how active the market seems to be. At least on like a lower time frame, I feel like in New York session, it's been very, very chaotic recently. But yeah, make sure to tune in for Ape Time. We're going to have a great stream once again tomorrow, and bringing you guys the best content that we can. But lastly, also make sure to tune in for Market Talk hosted by King Wabi. He's been absolutely crushing the directional moves on this market. So tune into that X space. Make sure to follow and subscribe to Because Bitcoin X, or on X rather, as well as Wabi's account, so you can be notified not just when we schedule those streams, but of course also when we go live. And before I can run, I have to mention, I'd be remiss if I didn't mention our brand new update for for the BB terminal rather, which is the new DGEM page. If you're looking for a better alternative to Dex Screener, I know we all like Dex Screener, but what if I told you that there's a tool that's even better? It has more functionality. It has more capability to be able to view these assets in different lights than Dex Screener can, and potentially give you an edge over other on-chain participants. Well, make sure to check out the BB terminal, guys. Like I said, we just launched our DGEM page. It looks incredible. And yeah, I mean, I'm already really enjoying using it myself, learning about more and more of the intricacies of using it versus Dex Screener. But yeah, that's it for today's show, guys. Thank you for tuning in. As always, we'll see what the market gives us over the next few weeks, and obviously into the end of this one. But until then, thanks again, as always. And of course, stay safe.